A ceasefire agreement between Hamas and Israel is set to take effect this weekend, but fears of disruption looms large, threatening to derail the much-needed de-escalation in the region. The 15-month-long conflict has created a humanitarian crisis of unprecedented scale, shocking the global conscience and polarizing international opinion. Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail delves into the unfolding developments in this report.
President Joe Biden, in his final address as the 46th President of the United States, acknowledged the ceasefire between Hamas and Israel as a significant step towards peace. His remarks were echoed by other world leaders, including the United Nations Secretary General, Antonio Guterres.
This is the ceasefire agreement I introduced last spring. Today, Hamas and Israel have agreed to that ceasefire agreement and the whole ending the war.
It is imperative that this ceasefire removes the significant security and political obstacles to delivering aid across Gaza so that we can support a major increase in urgent life-saving humanitarian support.
However, the ceasefire celebrations may have been premature. Israeli forces launched a deadly attack in Gaza, killing over 70 people just days before the deal was to take effect. This escalation coincided with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delaying his cabinet's approval of the agreement, accusing Hamas of attempting to exploit last-minute negotiations. These developments have cast serious doubt on the full implementation of the ceasefire.
Constructive engagement, impressing on all those people that are backing this conflicting faction, those behind Israel, those behind Hamas, to ensure that it is not just issue of the respect for the terms and conditions, but addressing the Palestinian question. There are divergent schools of thought. Some are talking about two-state solution, others are thinking otherwise, and so on. More so with the coming of, in a few days, the United States new president will be sworn in. We have no idea what will be the United States stand. So I think the Security Council need to engage, the superpowers more.
Amid the escalating tensions, diplomats have stressed the urgent need for all parties to reflect on the devastating consequences of war and commit to peace in the region.
Well, the deal represents at least an opportunity for something different to happen, for peace to be restored to that area, for a new governance structure to emerge, for a livelihood to be restored to people whose lives have been destroyed completely. War, in the first place, might be unnecessary, because we could have achieved this same ceasefire without fighting the war, assuming there was understanding to see reason why we must not fight in the first place.
The conflict's economic toll on the Middle East is undeniable. Experts believe that if the ceasefire holds, the global economy could see improvements as stability gradually returns to the region.
As a nation, we are consumers of products from the Western world, and with the transportation of those products has to do with by crossing the Middle East to Africa in general. So the treaty is going to influence a lot of economic activities. It's going to be a relief to many households, especially products that before the war was enjoyed will now continue to be enjoyed.
Yet, with the current escalation and fragile trust between the parties, there is no guarantee that this ceasefire will come into effect as planned.